A very warm good evening. I'm Pema, your host. Welcome to another episode of Face to Face. Today we have Sherab Lhamo, a renowned for her talented acting skills. With a career spanning a range of genres, she has captivated audience not only in dramatic roles but also in high-tension, nerve-wracking films. Her contribution to both drama and thriller genre highlight her as an extraordinary actress. Please join me in welcoming Sherab Lhamo. Welcome, Sherab, and thank you so much for joining us today. To start off, can you please share a bit about your early life in Bhutan and how has it influenced you in your career acting?
Okay, so I'm born and raised in Thimphu, but then I'm from Tashigang, from eastern part of Bhutan. So I did my studies from Thimphu, after that in Kalki, then I did my graduation in Madras University. After that, I was working with BCCI as a research officer, but then somehow it was, I used to be a very shy person when I grew up, so I never thought that I will get into movies or I'll be able to act on the screen. But then eventually through some audition, and I call it's a fate. So through some audition, I got into movies. That's how I started.
So what inspired you to pursue your career in acting, and did you have any role models growing up?
Okay, initially I started, like I told you, I started through audition. And then after that, then I started getting some good offers. Like then I was working at the same time, but then it's not possible in Bhutan to just go in office. You can't be going to office and then do acting because, like we all know, in acting it takes a lot of time. It takes like months to shoot, starting from pre-production to the shooting time and post-production. It takes time, so I couldn't manage the time. So eventually I switched to film because I was receiving more love and support from people, and people were enjoying my work, and I was getting some good offers. So I switched my career to in acting. And then yes, I have role models. Of course, I grew up watching this 𝗬𝗵𝗺𝗍 Perfect Girl, and I used to envy them. Like to see them on screen, and I used to mimic the lines, but I never thought I would be able to act. And because since I was that very reserved kind of person, I never thought that I'll come out and I'll be able to act. But then gradually, it's not a one person. I have many favorites, like actors, starting from Bollywood, Hollywood till Bhutanese. I have derived inspiration from many of them, so I can't name. I don't have like specific person.
If you can share about your first debut film.
Oh, okay. So my first debut film is 𝗬𝗵𝗺𝗍𝗵 Lhamo. It was shot back in 2011. That was the same year I graduated from college also. So right after my graduation, I got into job, as well as I was offered this 𝗬𝗵𝗺𝗍𝗵 Lhamo. I was asked to come for an audition. So that's how I got through, and it was directed by Tasho 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗍𝗵. And even my producer's name is 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗍𝗵, and my co-actor is 𝗬𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗺. So right after completion of that movie, I have come a long way, still learning, but it has been a great journey.
So how do you balance your personal life with the demand of busy acting career?
Okay, so my personal life, as in I have one son, and I have a parent, my sisters. But what I do is, in a year, I do 1 or 2 movies, so which is about, I don't know, 3 months of work. So it hasn't been that difficult managing time with my family and my career. But at the same time, as we all know, in Bhutan, the actors, they do some business, like doing some advertisement and all. That takes my time also. But so far, it hasn't been that tiring for me as an actor, or as a daughter, or being a mother. But then, of course, I have my parents, because my son is the only grandchildren in my family. So in that way, I think he's lucky that he's getting time from his grandparents, as well as my sisters. They don't have Yes, one is married, but the other one is not married. But still, he's the only child in our family, so he's getting all the love and attention. So in a way, that's how I manage. It hasn't been that difficult.
So how do you approach roles in both dramatic and nerve-wracking films in different ways?
Okay, so I believe in Bhutan, most of the films we do are like little dramatic. It's larger than the life. Because suppose like right now we're talking, so I can be normal, but then when it comes to screen, once they say action, you have to like dramatize. Even when you're like acting shocked, you have to like double the times you have to react in Baba. So most of the films in Bhutan, I feel like traumatized, but nerve-wracking Sherabb Lhamo, that one is more difficult, I feel, because in Bhutan, I think nerve-wracking Sherabb Lhamo, it's mostly out of the sound and the music that they create. But I haven't done so many nerve-wracking movies, I feel, so far. Most of my movies are dramatic. So yeah, if given a chance, I will try to do that. Try to take up those projects, and then maybe next time I can explain.
It's definitely not too. It's definitely very hard.
Nerve-wracking. So I think in my 𝗳𝗵𝗵𝗺 I have tried. This is my first time trying to do that kind of roles. But the movie is still screening, so I don't know. People who I met, they tell me that it's different and it's nerve-wracking. You the whole time you're sitting on the edge of the seat and all, but then you never know because people. My movie is still screening, so maybe after down the line people will comment on that. Then I'll be able to, say out like how people have perceived and how they have accepted that kind of rules from me.
It's definitely not a easy job to do. When people see it, we see it like very easily, but when you actually do it, it's very difficult to do.
How do you feel? Because it's almost like you're shooting also because you're sitting in front of the camera.
I feel very nervous every time.
Yeah, every time it's nervous, but then once you get hold of it, then I think it's never easy though. It's never easy.
Definitely. So can you discuss the evolution of Bhutanese film industry and your role in its development?
I think over the years, Bhutanese film industry has grown a lot because the movies we saw before we came into films and the movies that we're doing now, and over even during the time I've been in this career, like I've been working over the years, it's been more than a decade me being in the movies. So even while taking up projects, I have seen a lot of difference, starting from camera to from technical to from editing and also the scripts we take up. It's been a very amazing journey, and we are evolving with the time. And of course, we have 𝗵𝗵𝗺𝗍, who is he's an Oscar winner, and we get to see his work, and it's eye-opening for all of us. So what we as the film industry people, we're trying to do is we are trying to do this different kind of movies, like starting from script. And Bhutan, we are blessed with different kind of culture, and we have different animals. We have Laya and Lunana, all different kind of, and we have songs and everything which is very different from rest of the world. So we get to see all this and we get to show all this in the film, so which is like a signature for all of us. So we are trying, I think we have all the recent movies, they are trying to bring up new scripts and new camera equipment, and also we are trying to work on the steps which Hollywood, Bollywood, and also the Korean movies are doing. So I think in that terms, we are doing pretty well. We are evolving with time, we are growing with time, but still more to learn and grow. So even, I cannot say everybody's movie, but the movies I have acted in, I think they're all different from one another, so which I feel it's different from we're growing, I think. And even the people's response, they're very open about what they want to see as a Bhutanese film. No, like some people say they don't want, they don't enjoy romantic movies anymore, and they don't. Some people say they don't enjoy tear jerking. Some people say they don't like comedy. You know, they have different interests. But we as a film industry, we are trying to bring in every kind of movies, like people who enjoy comedy, they have comedy movies. People who enjoy watching thriller kind of movies, we have. And people who enjoys watching a ghost movie, a horror movie, even we do have that, and it's doing pretty well, I think. So we are on time, and then we are growing. We are slow, but we are growing. That's what I feel.
So how do you select the project you work on, and what criteria are important to you while you're working?
Till now, I have been choosing all this. I don't know. I'm more interested in doing some advocacy kind of roles, like based on women, or not undermining the men, like you trying to prove that women are better than men, or but then a movie, a script as the whole, wherein the role is a bit heavy, but at the same time my character will portray some messages for people who are watching, not just for entertainment. But yeah, I have been doing all this heavy kind of roles till now. That's a choice of stories I try to work on, something that's it's relatable to our audience, and it's something that resonates with my audience. That way I try to stay connected to my, that's how I try to show my concern and love for my genuine fans.
So as we come to the end of our show, do you have any message or advice for the aspiring actors?
The only advice I have is be positive, focus on yourself, check and balance, and try to evolve, keep growing, keep learning. There's no end to learn. That's what I do, actually. I try to also, I think we have to, in this age, the times we are in right now, I think a little bit of what you eat, be mindful of what you eat, do some more exercise. Because I'm nobody to, just advise, saying that I do this and do that. But then I'm just sharing. I can only say what I do and what I practice. So be genuine, and then just give yourself positive affirmation every day. That's the only thing that's important.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights. To our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our social media channels.